following demonstration will attempt to show you how to use a page URL in order to filter the web parts on your page. This works with either SharePoint services or SharePoint server. Either way, you'll be able to use that to do that. A couple caveats are, of course, you need to have a data view web part with one of the fields being the field that also matches what your page URL is. My example here, of course, page 2 is the item in my list, and page 2 is also the name of the page. If you're developing custom web parts, you'll just want to add this particular line of code in there to look for the parameter of the URL as well as the filter criteria. Okay, so first thing, of course, is to add your web part to the page. You can add your web part, remove your toolbar, however you want to do it. Right now it's existing in this page because I want to show you how to remove that if you don't already know how to do so. So I have my web part added to the page, and I'm going to go and open up that page in SharePoint Designer. So you can see here I already have my page 2 open. So my first task is, of course, to convert this web part to an XSLT data view. So I'll right click on the web part, select Convert to XSLT data view. Okay. So this converts all the page code, everything, into your XSLT list. Okay. So now we see my list here. It's having an error creating a control for the toolbar, basically. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that. Select my little arrow here on the side, say Change Layout. Go to the General tab and just uncheck those two items, and this will remove my toolbar. Also removes the filtering, which you don't need because you're already filtering this item based on the URL. So here we go. We have our XSLT data view now, so we can play around with that if we'd like to get the view the way we look. But now I want to add a parameter because I'm looking at that URL. So the next task is, of course, to add the parameter. Once again, we'll click this little toolbar open and select parameters down here at the bottom. Drag this in here. We're going to add a server variable. So go ahead and click parameter, and we'll just call this one current URL. Okay. Now my parameter source is, of course, the server variable, and the server variable name is URL. Go ahead and click OK. Right, so now I want to actually add my filter criteria. So once again, click your little web part, data view tasks here, and go ahead and click filter. All right. Now select add XSLT filtering. Go ahead and click edit. Now I already had written this code, but here you go with the code. So I'll go ahead and explain it to you. At title, that's basically the field that has the item that matches your page URL. So for instance here, title has the name page 2, and my URL is page 2. Okay. The next part you see here is substring after. Alright. So substring after basically means I'm looking after this page's document library. So if the document library that your pages resides in is called products, for instance, product is the document library, and then you have product A as a page, product B as a page, product C as a page, you would have products as your library here. So you would just replace pages with products. So it's looking after this. So then it would say, okay, I have page, for my example here, it would be page 2. The next part, it wants to look at substring before, because we don't want to look at the .aspx extension on the end of the file. So we'll put in ASPX as the actual extension of the file, and we're looking at the parameter of the current URL. So it looks at our URL, and it basically goes down until it sees pages, and then it kind of remembers what's after that pages slash, and then when it hits that period, that .aspx, that's when it kind of stops. So basically it's going to just read page 2, and that's the result it's going to give us. You can see down here that this expression relies on variables or parameters that are set at runtime. What that means basically is when I select OK here, it's going to tell me that there's no results. So we'll select OK. We'll come back and say OK, so we don't see any items. Alright, now I just kind of want to show you where that information is located within the code, just in case you want to add that to the page that way. So I'll go ahead and click my code view here. Actually, let me get back here. Just click on this web part. Okay, so here's the web part. You can pretty much find all your parameter bindings. The last one will be the parameter we just added. Okay, so here we have the parameter binding name current URL. Okay. Now if I go down here underneath parameter names, we'll eventually find the XSL parameter current URL. All right. And then in our template for DBT1 is where we'll find the row query. So here you have it, the XSL variable right here. All right. That's basically it. Once you have that done, go ahead and save your page. Go ahead and check my page back in. Open my page back up, and I'll just refresh it real quick here. So now we're just return page 2, so we're matching that URL. That's basically it. So if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. You can email me at cwilliams59@gmail.com. Thank you very much.